I feel the need to be sort of dictatorial when we discuss Chapter 9, which is about race and ethnicity. There is one absolute thing you must tell me on exam 2, and that is this: race is an illusion. Race is socially constructed, not biologically constructed. There's a marvelous series you can Google called Race, The Power of Illusion, and I highly recommend it to all and every sociology student. We make a huge deal about race in this country and indeed in all cultures. Really, in all cultures. White people win the prize. I think that's pretty obvious in America. We've had a tumultuous year in which we've had to ask ourselves questions about police violence, white police violence, against African American people. We've had to certainly ask the same question about interracial, interethnic violence. We've had to ask ourselves questions about how different religious beliefs drive people with different ethnic backgrounds to have those beliefs. For the most part, a sociologist wants to compare people who are identified and who identify as white with other ethnic groups. Indeed, this is pretty much a prime objective for sociology. When we do this kind of work, we see vast amounts of inequality, vast amounts of racism. We see white privilege and non-white unprivilege, and we start to understand the nitty-gritty of how our culture works. Remember from the chapter on stratification that wealth breeds power, and power breeds the ability to be the oppressor. I hate to call the group I identify with as an oppressing group, but it truly is. And for this chapter, I want you to focus on the notion of white privilege and what that means intergenerationally, what that means in terms of how the legal system works, and how it means we as white people, will be able to provide for our offspring and our offspring's offspring. Please also remember that we must differentiate between wealth, power, and income. Wealth is stuff we often inherit from our parents: property, trust funds, stocks and bonds. Income has to do with what we do, the daily sweat of our brows, and what money we are given for it. The money that I've been able to earn in my life was sufficient to provide my daughter with a fabulous education. And that education has made an incredible difference in her life. Think about what this means. Many of you are working your way through college because your parents were not millionaires. Well, neither were mine. Did I have to work my way through college, I ask? Oh, yeah, I sure did, and I'm still tired, but it was worth it. And as a white person, I had privileges for college income, college of choice, and graduate school, and buying a home, and having good medical care, all the kinds of things that we have learned to value in our culture. So, am I in a bad mood about racism? Oh yes, indeedy. In fact, I was a Black Studies major as an undergraduate, and that was a time right after the Civil Rights Movement, and it wasn't very pretty. It's not very pretty today either, is it?